Hi, and welcome to Life Strategies Nourish the Mind. When you think about times throughout your life where your trust has been broken, this is often linked to some pretty strong emotions. It can leave you feeling defensive, guarded, or maybe you've started to really control the way you relate to people to protect yourself from suffering the pain of that broken trust or the pain of it happening again. Spending time controlling what happens around you, well, this could be really draining and leave you tired and low in energy. The good news is there's a way you can build upon this trust and a way you can restore the trust you have within yourself and create a life where trust is part of your relationships. Free yourself of that energy drain so you can spend time doing things that make you happy. If you're watching this, then trust is an area in your life where you're keen to learn more, to find out how you can build trust firstly within yourself, trusting the decisions you make, and how you start to trust others, trust life, and all that comes your way. When you understand the qualities of trust and how to build a stronger sense of self, so you can create your own confidence around trusting yourself and your ability to manage all that happens in your life. Often when you think about trust, an important question to ask is, do you trust yourself? The more honest you can be with yourself and look at trust within you, search the areas of life such as business, family, mental, spiritual, financial, social and physical. Let's take a look at some of the qualities that offer a reference point to help you know on a scale what trust looks like. You have examples of what you choose to move away from and what you aspire towards. These can help you identify and improve how you trust and therefore create trusted relationships in your life. Take a minute to think about trust. What does trust mean to you? What do you think of the qualities listed and what they mean for you? Spend some time looking at the qualities and what they might mean for you and for your life and what you might circle. When reading this, do you recognize any emotions arising? What's this emotion? Is it positive, strong, neutral, negative, pride, guilt, sadness? The secret to your success, any of these qualities, the ones where you feel a really strong emotional response, is where you want to look at the quality and how you relate to it within yourself and start to build a strong relationship with this quality, clearing out all those things that no longer make you stronger. So pause the video now and take some time to have a look at this. Let's look at a couple of examples to help explain this. The first example is you might notice your partner receiving text messages and this becomes regular. You notice a difference somehow and yet you're not sure what it is exactly. After a while, your mind starts to tick and you ask, who's sending all these text messages? If you ask your partner about it, the response you get might be vague or dismissive. They might just say, it's somebody from work. If something doesn't feel right, and as time passes, this might start to consume your mind, and before long, you find yourself checking the phone to see who's texting. When you start to doubt, you are suspicious or constantly worried about it being on your mind, your partner is acting guarded and you start to gather evidence as you feel the need to know who's texting. Particularly if you start to feel drained by the situation, then you know your trust level has dropped into a situation of low trust. Another example might be at work, where you might have had a misunderstanding with a fellow work colleague, where you're not sure what their intent is and if it's pure. When you have conversations with this colleague, These chats often have some tension, and you may be feeling unsure or uncertain about the direction they'd like to go in with the business idea or the project you're working on. You don't feel the project's viable, and so this makes you feel a little fearful around the future, and you start to doubt the decisions being made. When you chat about other topics, you start to raise concern, and you start to see a misunderstanding happening with communication on a regular basis. This situation is an example where you see trust as an issue in this particular work relationship. Let's look at another example. You've found the person of your dreams and you resonate with them strongly. Decisions you make together are done collaboratively. You know each other's strengths and you look to each other in situations to leverage or use those strengths to get the best outcome for you both in life. At times, things don't go as smoothly, and due to your close cooperative style and ability to communicate, you recognise that this is an opportunity to learn and grow. You forgive quickly if needed. You draw out the best in each other, and this creates a positive energy for everyone that you come into contact with. Life flows and challenges are managed together with open communication and transparency. A relationship like this continues to have trust as a visible asset for you and those in your life. When you find your trust levels dropped to a situation of low trust, what can you do? The first place is to start within you, and you search for the core of why you're feeling this way. When did your trust first get broken? Your trust issues might go back to a betrayal in your childhood. We're not looking here for the surface reasons. We want to know what is at the core of what you're feeling. The reason for this is because once you understand what's at the core of this trust issue, that's where you can clean it up and clear it out for yourself. When you clear from the core issue, this is when you take your power back. And this is when you start to feel lighter, healthier, and happier. This is when you start to move towards trusting yourself and building trusted relationships around you. When you clear it from yourself, this changes the dynamics of the interactions you have with others too. To do this, first give the intent that you will release the need to blame, release the need to make somebody right or wrong, release your need to spin in the drama of he said, she said. This all drains you of the very energy you need to focus on getting this cleared out of your body, mind and soul. The next thing you can do is work through the key points listed here to work out where it is that you're having low trust. For example, do you have hidden agendas? Do you doubt your own commitments? If you've got an emotional response to something, then that's where you start to clear and set yourself free. Next, take the one area where you had the strongest emotional response from the key points listed and take your focus to zoom in on this. Take a piece of paper and ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Write down whatever comes into your mind. Don't judge it. Within this list that you write down, you'll start to understand where the trust issue first started for you. When you find your trust level has dropped into a situation where it is an issue, what can you do? Follow the instructions described in the low trust slide, also listed here again. When you find you're experiencing some trust issues like this example, it's an opportunity to set yourself free when you own the situation. You see, the magic of removing all your other outer noise, your sense of feeling unsure, or even worse, feeling like you don't want to go to work. By following this process, you can acknowledge the emotions you're feeling and gently set them free. This then frees you up to find creative solutions for yourself, ones that don't involve further fear, hurt, doubt, concern, or experiencing further misunderstandings. By changing this within yourself, you also change the dynamics you have with that work colleague. Slowly, as you continue to work on yourself and clear this, you will start to see a shift in the relationship with that person. When you have trust as a visible asset, this allows you to create in ways you never knew possible. It can be the small things like uplifting another with your positive comments. You can start to share this with the world that surrounds you. You may find at times trust issues reappear, and this is yet another opportunity to understand the core issue and clear this out of you so that you can continue to master the art of trust in your life. It's an evolving process, so if you can think of it like a spiral rather than a circle that repeats itself, when a new trust issue arises, you might be higher on that spiral when that same trust issue presents. It could be that there is something a little extra that you want to clear. The key is to build the trust you want in your relationships with others to empower you to have the confidence and master the art of trust within yourself. As an essential ingredient and foundation for you to build healthy relationships, these qualities help you to recognize, form, and sustain healthy, trusted relationships because you hold the key.